Next, we'll roll over to Kristin Schulten, and you might remember Kristin from the first Fused webinar, where she talked about her initial incursion into bringing data sets from multiple sources with the intention to create a crop yield prediction model. So Kristin's kindly graced us with her presence to give an update on that work and show us how it's progressing. Thank you so much, Kristin.
Thank you, Sean, and thank you, Fused, for having me back. Excited to talk to you through part 2 of the Strength and Weak data. It's spooky season, and I'm going to show you a scary photo. This is me. There's a scary movie called Children of the Corn by Stephen King, and I think we look like this, my siblings and I. And I grew up on a farm in Iowa surrounded by corn. And over the summer, I was talking to my dad and my brother about ways we can use Earth observation data to improve their business. And I quickly discovered that farmers and traders rely on weak and untimely predictions for corn yield. They're weak because they're at the state level, not super granular. They're untimely because they only come once a month. So I'm looking for ways to accelerate this using advanced geospatial modeling and research-backed predictor variables. Just to refresh you, my predictor variable is solar-induced fluorescence. It's a direct measurement of photosynthesis. It's a better measurement for actual productivity of plants because it's a heart rate monitor. It really, after the plant go through photosynthesis, they emit a red glow that we can measure. You can't see it with the human eye, but you can measure it from NASA's Orbiting Carbon Observatory. Here's what it looks like compared to actual yield. And you can see just by looking at the maps, it looks very similar at the national scale. But I want to bring this even more granular. So my actual and predictor variable are not enough here. I need to add a third variable that is going to make this weak data strong. So I'm going to combine these data sets together. So for those of you that didn't get the joke, this is a combine. It's what's used to harvest during October. So I'm going to pull up the Fused Workbench. Okay, so this is my Lyon County that you see, and I'm going to just go ahead and pull up solar-induced fluorescence. So if we were just to use solar-induced fluorescence for the month of July, you can see we would just have a one-to-one. We would just clip this data frame. We would take the total value here. But you can see there's a lot of changes even throughout the county itself. And I'm just going to show you quickly what it would look like in the harvest season, where you all the crop is harvested. So there's no crop growth. You're not seeing any red grow here. Okay, so if I go back to the July month of predictor, now I'm going to add the cropland data layer. So I think the creators of this are on the call, so shout out to them. Thank you. This is a really cool UDF. It's public, so you can all access it. Gabriel talked about it a little bit earlier. I'm looking at all the different crop types within this area. So I can quickly look at soybean. It pulls up all the soybean, but I care about corn. So I'm going to show just corn. And I want to know where my solar-induced fluorescence is for only the areas with corn. And thankfully, I have a UDF that is able to mask the net CDF on top of the GeoTIFF. And it looks like, oops. It looks like this here. So this is actually taking from my one-to-one ratio. It's now converting it into 30,000 different data points. So imagine the statistical power that I get. And I can actually do this at scale for 400 counties. And I can calculate it all for these 400 counties. So this is what it looks like if I weren't to take out the corn. And I get all these summary metrics here, and I can actually go in and click change it to for just corn. So let's just take this out, and that's what it looks like for corn. And if I compare that to my actual yields, you can see where I start to have powerful data here. This is 21 million data points of just corn. So now I've fused, made my data engineering really simple and easy. And now I can do the data scientist work, the fun stuff. And I'm proud to say that I am a published UDF author, and you can actually access this UDF that I shared with you today. If you go to public UDFs, you go crop yield, you can see it here, and you just add it to your builder. So I'm excited to see where you guys take this and how you use this UDF. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a lovely presentation and really cool to see the versatility and the pragmatic application of the data science. And I was curious if you could share a little bit as someone that's been working with Fuse from the very beginning, what the experience has been like collaborating with the founding team and working through the early stages, both of your own work and Fuse's development as well.
Yeah, I feel really lucky to be able to collaborate with the team and provide feedback on some of the user experience. I think that it's made my life really easy. The data, I was a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of data engineering work available, but it made it really fast. We were able to validate the data. I actually compared this to my family's farm. We were able to do everything really fast, so it really speed up my analysis.